All righty. Good morning and good afternoon. If you're on that side of the country, Tim Slevin here at the Share Group, joined by my partner, Lukas. How are you today, Lukas?
Doing great. Thank you, guys.
All right. Where are you today, Lukas?
I am in North Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth today.
How did you get through the storm? Because I saw like sub 30s and rain. Anything happen there?
We do not know what to do when we get this weather. So, no, everybody's still staying at home right now, guys.
Okay. How about the schools?
All the schools are shut today and tomorrow.
That's great. We used to call them snow days in Kansas City where I grew up, but that sounds like an ice day. So
It's basically a nice day. Yeah.
right on. We are excited to have everybody here. We have a special invite from the folks at ROA. Welcome all the ROA folks. We also invited Share Group customers to join us for this event as well. The idea of becoming your own lead machine is an idea that I think time is due. And I'm really, to be fair, drawing from the successful agents who have used our services and AngelAi's services for the past, several years. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the challenge today. And I like to be really simple, clear, and transparent about what we're trying to do and make the best use of everyone's time. So we have cut this just to the most important and impactful information that we think can change your business to make your business your own lead machine. That can happen. So this is, to be clear, a low cost and high skill solution to own your own lead generation in your business, leveraging the best data, the best technology, and the best partnerships that are already successful in the market and are ready to work with you. So to become your own lead machines mean that you are independent of a third party, that you are beholden to the cost structure, the commission sharing, and all of the expenses and delay and trust that often is required when you go to a third party and say, I'm going to delegate the lead generation, the top of funnel, to a third party, and I hope to get money back after I've invested for months and months. So this is going to be low cost, high skill, proven ROI that you can tap into and start making calls in your market in the next 3 days. And believe it or not, at no cost. So at the end, I will have links to everything we're going to talk about today. And we're going to knock this out in 30 to 40 minutes. We welcome cameras on. We welcome everybody who's joining. And we'll keep an eye on the chat. Drew is the VP of marketing and my partner at the Share Group. He's going to keep everybody supported on chats and questions and make certain that we get you exactly the information that you need. So at the top, Tim Slevin. I've been a data and analytics entrepreneur for the past 20 years. I've worked in data, in construction, in healthcare, and now real estate for the past 3 years. I have never sold a home, and I know that you can skip all the advice that I have and be very successful. So this isn't the only way to do it. This is the most cost-effective way to do it based upon evidence, facts, and results that I can share with you today. So I offer you a key piece of a listing strategy that will work for you. I don't have the full solution. The real full solution is what you choose to do. The thing that I figured out is I have a way for realtors to be very successful in a top of funnel strategy, which we're going to dive into today. But I know that you're only going to do what you want to do based on two things: what you're willing to do. Some people are not willing to make cold calls, and what you want to earn. When what you want to earn is not coming to fruition based upon what you're willing to do, if you're willing to do something different or something more, you will get to the numbers that you're looking for from your business. Absolutely. That's what I'm seeing. So let's get started. I want to give the mic to Lukas. Tell us a little bit about, I got two logos in the background, Sunwest and AngelAi, two different businesses working together to support loan officers and realtors. Could you give us a thumbnail on the business, Lukas?
Sure, guys. Basically, what we have is a full transactional language model. So, unlike an LLM that can just talk to you, this AI can actually work for you. So, it can do all kinds of amazing things. We've basically packaged the features that the top 2% are using in their business, full ISAs. We've got all the presentations and websites, marketing all built in. You can even design your own AI twin to do marketing for you on your behalf. There's free credit repair in here, just all kinds of amazing features for you guys to put you on level with the top 2%. If you are in the top 2% on the call, congratulations. For everyone else, we've got AngelAi, and it provides all these features to you completely for free with no paywall. So glad you guys could join today to learn about how to get a bunch of leads in the door really easy in the background with AI. Great to be here with you guys.
Thank you, Lucas. So
My
to be
pleasure.
clear, we will give you the strategy and the data, and Angel AI will help you on the implementation, the marketing, and calling into your market. And there is no cost to do this. The Share Group, it's a data science company. I've been in data sciences for the past 20 years. We are working to solve the persistent problem of data quality in real estate and loan officer business. So on the mortgage side and the real estate side, if you bought leads, raise your hand if you bought bad leads. Raise your hand if you wasted money on a subscription that didn't pan out and you couldn't cancel it for 90 days. We've all done this. So we've designed our business different. You cannot waste money at the Share Group. You cannot waste money at Angel AI. There is no trust required here because we're going to stand behind what we're doing together. And anything that doesn't work, we fix or replace. You're whole. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of you just like we've done for our clients for the past 7 years. This specifically is for realtors who are tired of spending money without the results that have been promised, tired of giving away 30% of their commission to Realtor, to Zillow, or somebody else. Maybe you're already running a strong lead generation system, but you need higher quality data or a better data partner. And you are eager to talk with sellers who are going to be in the market in 3, 6, 9 months. So this is top of funnel strategy. This is not the bottom of funnel. And we're going to make a clear distinction on why that's important. So I sell leads. If you buy 1,000 leads from the Share Group, you're going to find 30 to 40 home sales in there. The magic is how do you go from the names to the transaction? And we help you all the way through the middle. But to be clear, nothing happens without your drive, your ambition, and your skill development around the partners you select and how you conduct yourself every day. And I will share with you what clients of mine are doing to achieve the goals that we're looking for. Real clear. So if you can't reach your income goals from referrals and past clients, what's the number one way to get listings? And you can light up chat for them if you want to do that. Roa team, thanks for coming in. I'm looking at chat right now. The number one way to get listings is direct contact. Kelly, 100% correct. Direct contact can be direct mail or phone call, or texting or email. The most effective is the two-way communication that you only get from calling those prospects. So that is 100% the number one way to get listings. And most agents are trying to get to the point where they don't have to cold call, because after you grow through this process of building your business, you will begin to rely upon sphere of influence and past clients and referrals. And it's a beautiful thing when you say, in 2026, I know I'll get 40 deals just from my network. But the folks who want to take that from 40 to 60, we got to talk to the people who we don't know who are definitely going to sell. So top of funnel, we really lean into this because so many reasons. We can be highly selective in who we go after. We're not chasing the FISBOs and the expired that hit the market today with 50 other realtors who go, this is a live prospect. I can work this. I can close this. That's a knife fight that you may or may not win. And if you're good at it, keep going. If you want something that's slightly different, that's what we offer. Knowing that 3 to 4 or 5% of the market is going to sell in the next 12 months, we're going to take those 1,000 homes in your zip code. We're going to tell you the 500 you should contact so your conversion rate can go from 1 to 2 to 3%. These are unlimited in that nobody else is calling them. They're unpublished. Think about all the leads that are driven by MLS, that are driven by probate, divorce. All of that is public information. Everybody has access to it. That's specifically why we don't sell that. We want to make certain that they know who Brian Roddy is. Thanks for joining. You're a customer. Amy Hill, Kelly. We want to know those people. So when they say it's time to sell, we've been thinking about it. They call somebody that they know. And that's you, because you did the work in January of 26. They're going to list with you August of 26. The value is clearly you, because it's a 20-cent lead at the most expensive price we charge. And how does that become a $10,000 commission? So there really are two paths. And you're either on path 1 or path 2. But path 1 is not all the way in, not committed, not testing, not improving, not getting coached, trying, testing, and spending money. You're spending money and instead of spending the time to improve your skills. Path 2, you know your numbers. I know how many people I called. I know how many conversations I had. I know how many leads I generated. And now I can predict closings in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's an awesome place to be. Talk to the market every day. You're going to talk to the market every day, and Angel AI is going to call the market and introduce yourself to the sellers every day. This is a two-pronged approach. One is free and one is you. You're always going to be more effective than anybody else who tries to sell for you. But why not take benefit of the services and the partners in the market that are trying to get you two deals so they can be your listing and your transaction? And guess what? The mortgage probably should go to Sunwest, because why not? They helped you find that lead. So that's all us working together. That's our plan. And you think about every lead generation system is going to say, you're going to get a form, you're going to get an email, we're going to give you a person that we talk to. The whole goal of any lead generation system is to have that conversation with a potential seller. What we're saying is, why not call the potential seller direct, cut out the middleman and all of the expense? You know that your cold calling effort and your direct contact effort is worth 30% of the commission, because that's what you pay somebody else to do it for you. So it's highly paid work. 3 hours a day turns into $1,000 a day in income, and I'll share that with you. I will let you know that we're going to record this, obviously, and we're going to share it again. So I appreciate you taking notes, but Q&A is open and we're going to keep rolling. So we think our system is about $600 a month. It's 10,000 high quality leads. You go, that's a lot of leads, Tim, but it's not if you're calling 500 a day. And with a dialer, you're not going to make 500 calls. You're going to talk to 20 or 30 people, but you only achieve that by calling 5, 6, 700 phone numbers in a day. So 10,000 leads of high potential sellers that have the right age, the right income, the right home size, the right length of residence, the right mortgage, the right equity position, to put them in a spot where they're more likely to downsize than anybody else. We tell you exactly who you should contact and why they're a good selling potential for you. 3 hours a day is going to be that, $1,000 a day income, and we're going to use AngelAi daily for outreach. I'm going to share with you now, I'm going to pop off of this. I'm going to go over to what we call the 5 to 25 calculator. Coach Jake Dixon created this. I give him credit. He's a coach in Minneapolis. We can share this with you. This is not going to be something that we have to email this to you. So Drew, you're on mute there, Drew. What would be the best way for us to send this out to attendees? We're going to send it to everybody, or people ask for it? What do you suggest we do here?
We could just send a link in the follow-up email that'll have a link to the video recording and then also a link to this. That'll probably come out tomorrow. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. This is sort of the recipe for listing success. Okay. Here's how it's going to happen. You have yellow cells where you enter the number. You have green cells. Can you kindly zoom in? I'm happy to do that. I love the feedback and I'm listening to your comments. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay. So you have yellow cells where you enter a number. How many dials are you going to do today? This is a automatic dialer is going to do at least 500 a day. Your manual is going to do maybe 100. We're going to have 22 conversations per day. We're only working 4 days a week. I don't think you're going to cold call 5 days a week. If you are, put a 5 in that box. We're going to do this 48 weeks a year. You're going to be on for 4 weeks minimum, where you're not going to be working like you do. So you're working 192 days. You're going to contact 4,224 people. This is the interesting part. This conversion rate, really brand new person who's not really great at talking to people on the phone, 1%. A highly skilled person who knows how to engage and ask the right questions to make a conversation happen. All you need is a reason and the right tone, and you can talk to anybody. That 1% can turn into 2 or 3%. But that's 63 transactions. That's a 1.5 conversion rate. And if your average sale is $300,000 and your commission split, your commission is 2.5%, what percent do you pay to the broker? So you see there's two models here. There's a flat fee, there's a transaction coordinator, there's a percentage. All of this is here for you to see. So those numbers, even with 30% split to the broker, turn into $1,178 per day in income. Your average commission is $7,500. Your gross is $475. Now, this happens in 6 months, and then it continues as long as you stay on course. The hardest part is getting our agents to do the first 6 months where they feel like, wow, that was really hard and nothing came of it today. And do it again the next day and do it again the next day. So I really love this. So your take home 226, monthly is 18,000. So you can put in your own average sales price, how many days, how many dials, and the average sell price, and get the split right, and really understand what is your dials to commission relationship, so you can dive into it, stay the course, and then make those numbers work to your advantage. All right, back to the deck. Leads plus calling equals predictable listing opportunities. We're going to talk about all the listing, all the selling opportunities, all the types of sellers that we like to go after. Within the share group environment, and our relationship with ROA, there is a specific lead store that we want you to sign up. We want to communicate and specifically support ROA Nation there. So Drew, make certain that we have that ROA sign up link in our chat. As I said earlier, no subscriptions, 20 cents or less for the leads. Every record has one, and some of them have two phones. When we send leads into AngelAi, where they will call those for you, we're going to screen out the DNC, so there's no DNC that's going to be selected. Most of our realtors do buy phones on the DNC and off for the campaigns that go through AngelAi. We screen those out and send those over there. Here's something that we decided to do. When we couldn't get 100% phone quality, which is unachievable in the world today, we said, if it's a bad phone, let's just replace it. Let's not negotiate whether it was good or bad. If it's disconnected, if it's no longer in service, and we sold it to you, you go, hey, Tim, I bought 10,000 leads and I had 700 bad phone numbers. I go, it's a little high, but not terrible. And in the dialer, you don't care because you're just talking to live people, but we're still going to replace those. So you buy 10,000 lead credits, you spend them all, you buy the leads, you make the calls, you have some outcomes that are disconnected, no longer in service. I put lead credits back in your account. You pick new leads, keep going. We think that's the fairest way to do it. And when we say you can't waste money, that's another way that we stand behind exactly how we support realtors today. So no one said cold calling doesn't work, but I get a stop cold calling email from 4 or 5 companies every day because it's hard and it feels slow. It can be humbling to have people be rude to you. And then we realize it takes real skill. The difference is the skill, which comes through time in front of your computer making those calls. So if you're a person who can't live on SOI, past clients referrals, and you have more time than money, and you don't want to spend $5,000 a month in the mail, this is a way to get started at $600 a month, because it's going to be tremendously satisfying when they go, we have been thinking about it. Because I am a local real estate expert. I've been in this market for 10 years. I understand your market very well. I'd love to have a conversation when the time is right, when you're ready to list. It can be that simple. So if you're scared, just type in scared in the chat. And you know who's not scared? The brand new agents from South America who've been in the US for 26 months and go, they're going to pay me how much? They're not afraid of anything. They are eating lunches of realtors who've been in business for 15 or 20 years and go, it's harder than it's ever been. I totally agree. It's slower than it's ever been. I totally agree. But they don't know anything different. They just know I'm going to get $3, $4, $5, $10,000 if I get this listing. And they just run, and they don't care who hangs up on them. They don't care about the outcome of any specific call because they see the numbers and they go, if I do this, I will get that. It just takes a little while to get there. So this is master the process in the next 6 months and never look back. Totally doable. It's the persistence that makes it happen. All right. So I'm saying we have good leads. I'll give you a little background on that. It's every US homeowner is in my database, and the property is also in my database. So I have the property dimensions, the size of the home, the parcel, beds, baths, roofs, tiles, all of that stuff. And then the next piece is the mortgage. So I understand what their mortgage is. In order for me to tell you that there are 10 million downsizers in the United States, I need to know where they live, how long they've lived there, how much is left on their mortgage, and if the kids have left. And I do know that. And with that information, I can tell you who you should call, where your close rate goes from 1% to 3, 4, or 5%. And that's absolutely what our clients do every day. So a share group lead, what is it? It's every homeowner. It's complete property insights. There's no skip tracing. The phones are already there. We'll tell you if it's a cell phone or if it's a landline. We'll tell you if it's on the DNC. About 25 to 30% of those will have an email, so you can start doing email campaigns. We'll tell you why they should be a seller in the market. Are they a upsizer likely to sell? Are they absentee owners? Absentee owners is a tremendous market to go after. It's the easiest cold call script in the world. And I'm going to pick on somebody new here. So Maria, I just go, hey, Maria, this is Tim Slevin. I'm a local realtor. You can go ahead and hang up on me if you want to. Thanks for not hanging up. But the reason I'm calling is I know you have that home over on 3rd Street, and you've had that for about the past 7 years. I thought I'd ask, what are your plans for that property coming up? So I didn't say, hi, is this Maria? Do you still own the home? Because you already know that. You don't have to ask those questions. And then they can only be honest with you about, well, we love it. We've been renting it. We're thinking about it. Those conversations just turn into commissions for you day after day. So fresh leads daily, absolutely. This is ready for mail, for email, for direct mail, for phone, anything. We support all of that. We built this lead store So it's highly functional to do all the things you need from a data provider, a data partner in the space. So you can get counts, you can do custom market selections, you can see how many leads are in your space, buy lead credits. I'm going to pop over and just take a quick tour of our shop. So I'm in Southern California today. Could you also, Drew, put up the regular share group, create an account? Because we want everybody here to create an account. I'm going to give away some leads in a little bit as well. But if I click on a zip code, here's what I'm going to see. I'm going to see that there are, I'm going to blow this up a little bit because I think people like a little bigger. Okay, so in a zip code, I have 3,266 homes that have a good phone number. I have 413 that are non-owner occupied. I have 219 that are divorced or single head of household. I have 635 downsizers, and I have 445 that are likely to sell. Likely to sell are upsizers. These are folks that have 50% or more equity in their home. They've been there 5 to 15 years, and they're just out earning their neighbors because they put good money down. That equity has appreciated. They're able to go to that bigger home and the better neighborhood, and we love that. So buying leads from the share group is as simple as saying, hey, I want 10,000 leads because I'm going to make 500 calls a day. Slide this bar, click buy now, and then your wallet balance reflects the 10,000 lead credits. With those lead credits, what can you do? You can select leads and download them, put them in your dialer. You can also upload names and addresses, and we'll tell you the phone numbers in the emails. So we have an automated skip tracing service built right in. You can also look up people. You're curious about a property, an email, a phone number, somebody that made an appointment with you. Look them up. We'll show you what information we have about their age, their income, length of residence, equity, all that good stuff. And we can also do this thing we call list builder. So the list builder is where we say, tell me exactly what you're interested in. So we have folks who say, I only want these zip codes. I want at least a $500,000 home or higher. I want equity of at least 50%. I'm going to call everybody that's been in a home 15 years, that's over the age of 50, and no kids there. I had one guy who came up with a really cool recipe in California. He said, I want people who live in homes smaller than 2,500 square feet with kids who bought 0 to 5 years ago. So they've been in that home as long as 5 years and they have kids, they're getting cramped and that equity has appreciated in their home. I love that formula, but we can work with you. Some people say no condos. Some people say only condos. So whatever works for you with the property details and the people, we can find exactly what you're looking for so you have a good time in the lead generation.
Tim, there's a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Do you filter between individuals that rent or own?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a key one. We can identify renters in high income areas, and we definitely identify owners. So we know renters, we know owners, and we know non-owner occupied properties as well. And we can get counts on those, for anybody. So if you're curious about how many mortgages are in Orange County that we're paying more than 7%, we just fill out these boxes, click submit, we get the answer. I did want to touch on one more thing on the lead store real quick here. I said about the DNC, this advanced options tab right here allows you to get real-time counts. So if you pull out the do not call, you can see my 1,755 downsizers turns into 872. If you create an account either in the ROA store or the share group store, that creates a record with us. We have experienced account executives who've been on staff for 2 to 7 years who only talk with and work for realtors to get the leads that they want. So we will reach out to you and say, hey, let's talk about what you're looking for and what's the best path forward and get you the counts, exactly that you're looking for. So this is different because, as I said, no subscriptions. We help you get started. We connect you with partners like AngelAi. You can call any names from your database. You can select any lead types. You can select any quantity in any zip code anywhere. So there's really no restrictions, on what you're going to do. Because we have a partnership with ROA, we run, I saw the question about ROA. So we have a ROA store, which is specifically for ROA realtors, and you'll see the logo in the store when you register. All right, let's talk about 3 top list types real quick. Downsizers. I'm going to give away 1,000 leads right now. So open up your chat. This is an easy question. And I'm watching now. The average age of a seller in 2025 was, let's see if we can get this one right. Not getting any chats in here yet. Oh, they're all new. Hold on. They're coming in fast. I got to hit the right button. Okay, 58, 65, really close. Do we have a 60? Do we have I don't see it yet. I might have to give it to 65. There we go. Do we have a 64? Drew?
Yeah,
64.
there's
Brian.
a bunch.
Before Brian hit it.
All right. Brian and Priscilla, we'll give
Brian,
1,000.
Priscilla.
Brian, I'll give 1,000 to each of you. Now you go, that's really old. 64 is really old. And if you're 34, it's super old. But what does that mean? That means that half of your prospecting has to be people age 65 and over, or you're missing the market. And that doesn't happen coincidentally. That happens intentionally by using the right data source, to get you there, right? So that's pretty cool. So these downsizers are people who will answer the phone, are not working, have tons of equity, have millions of dollars in the bank that they've saved from previous transactions and stock appreciation. There's this tremendously wealthy generation of folks that are 65 to 85. As they die off, this money's going to cascade down, but those transactions are right in front of us for us to go get those. They don't care about the mortgage rates. They have plenty of money to move and buy and do whatever they want to do. So they're in the home for 15 years. Kids are gone. They own 80% or more of the home. And it's very easy for them to go, the grandkids aren't moving to be next to me. We've got to go to Austin. We've got to go to Nashville to be near the grandkids because they're not coming back. And why not? Let's go where they're going to live. They're already making roots. Next one is absentee. There are subsets within absentee. Everybody knows it's non-owner occupied. But also you can find mini landlords. We take 3 or 4 zip codes, look at all the absentee owners, and then we sort by the owners' names, and we see the same person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 homes. How valuable is a person that owns 4 or 5 homes in a 6-mile radius? Super valuable, especially if they don't live in town. And that happens too. So you're going to get out-of-state homeowners. That's a great conversation. We just had an ice storm. Has anybody looked at your home? I know that you own a home here in McKinney. What realtor would ever have a script like that? That'd be like, oh, this person knows exactly what they're talking about. I do own that home and I am worried about the roof. Let's go talk to that person. So you're going to have out-of-state, you're going to have mini landlords, and you're going to have local owners. Those properties are either short-term, long-term, or vacation rentals, but they don't need to move to sell it. They just need to pick the right realtor and the right time. So why isn't that you? I think that should be. Last one, likely to sell. I talked about them briefly. These are the folks who've been in the home just as short as 5 years, but have 50% or more equity. And the idea of getting to the country club property, getting behind the gates, getting a 4th bedroom is really attractive. And they have the equity and the earning power to be able to do that. That's a great intro as well. Okay, kind of summarizing here, stick with what's working for you, stay consistent, talk to sellers every day, empower AngelAi to do the hard work for you. They create website. I mean, there's 50 apps inside, right? They create websites for you. They create brochures. They launch outbound calling campaigns. They do email marketing. It's a zero cost adjunct marketing intelligence and technology partner in the space that you need to be aware of. Keep winning. Let's go. So let's talk about it. I'm going to hand the mic over to Lucas. I'm calling these guys free ISAs on demand because that's kind of what they are. You don't have to hire anybody. You don't have to train them. You need 2 things. Well, 3. You need ambition, you need a list, and you need a script. If you have an idea, you can do all of that with Lucas. There you go, partner.
Absolutely, guys. It is super easy. It just takes a couple minutes to launch these calls, 1,500 to 2,000 prospects. And so I'm not a huge social media guy. So I am calling myself usually about 2 to 4,000 people a week. So guys, we just opened up our 3rd call center here in the United States. It's a 30,000 square foot call center for you guys. It's huge. If any of you are in Texas and want to walk through it personally and see it with your own eyes, just give me a jingle. I'll be happy to give you a tour. Basically, this call center is staffed with our Angelistas. They speak Spanish and English, and they're real live human beings, guys. They're just there to set appointments for you all day long. It's very easy just to drop your prospects in a white label script and a white label voicemail, and then you can do these calls with the ISAs, or you can do email campaigns as well. So the beauty of this is for me and for everyone on this call that I don't have to ask you to open your wallet. It's completely free for you guys to use. And all the data is decentralized in your own individual account. So nobody else can utilize it but you. Just got a question from Margarita. Thanks for the question. The call center is actually in North Texas, Margarita. It's in Irving, kind of over by the airport. So yeah, if you're in Texas and want to come by, come check it out. Let's see. We utilize this call center for a lot of different things, guys, in-house and all of our clients from coast to coast. We currently have about 310,000 accounts. When I started a couple of years ago, we had 20,000. And this is the power of AngelAi and our call centers reaching out and just sharing this amazing tool with different people. So I'm helping realtors, loan officers, and other businesses all over the country amplify their production with AngelAi. Probably everybody on this call has been to, sales conferences and things of that nature. And I think even our most favorite teachers and mentors and coaches would tell you that you need to be prospecting 3 hours a day to really be moving the ball forward. While I'm not afraid to pick up the phone, guys, I really don't want to call like 10,000 people in the top of funnel. I really want to focus my calls or target my calls to the people that really want to meet with me. So the way that I will operate is I'll take those 10,000 people, I'll break them into a few groups, I'll have my custom script and my custom voicemail message. I'll upload that into AngelAi in a couple minutes. And then basically AngelAi will then take that, run it through the DNC and load it in the dialer for our call center Angelistas. And then within about 24, 48 hours, they're going to start calling those live contacts for you and just setting appointments. It's super easy. And if you just keep it consistent, I can guarantee you'll close more business. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, as Tim has on here, you'll download the AngelAi app, and I'll go ahead and put my link in the chat for you guys so you can get on the AngelAi directly out of the chat. And then basically in the chat, there's a little sign in button. You'll click sign in or sign up, and you'll create an account. And then you'll click on the apps menu and go to call lead prospects, and Angel will walk you through the call campaign. That being said, guys, don't sweat it because I'm here to help for everybody that's here. And I'm just going to put my phone number in the chat. This is my cell number, guys. Just call me, text me, send me an email I dropped earlier in the chat, and I can help you just launch these campaigns your first few rounds. It's super duper easy. And then as these calls are going through, our call center reps like Jose, Christina, Alex, they're going to be emailing you directly telling you, hey, I just talked to Joe and here's his number. He wants to discuss XYZ with you. Can you call him back now? They also have the ability to do a live transfer or actually set a physical appointment for you. So, yes, Maria, that's a great question. Good to see you on here, my friend. Everything is free. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. But yeah, everything is completely free as far as the calls. You do have to get your data, right? And that's what Tim and his team are specialized in. We're not a data provider. So basically, you drop that information in, you drop a short script, and I certainly can help you with that, guys. And then your short voicemail. And it's just going to be a very direct call to action. Think about it like this. People's attention span these days is very short. I think everybody on the call will agree. So don't try to pre-qualify the customer with these ISAs, right? The ISAs are not professional salespeople. It's going to be like this. Hey, Kelly, this is Luke. I'm calling from Kelly's office, XYZ. And the reason I'm calling today is, just as Tim said, and then do you want to talk to Kelly right now? Can I organize a meeting with Kelly at your home on Saturday? Would you like to meet Kelly at her office on Sunday? Or would you like an online meeting on Monday? Or perhaps, some information. So tell us how you want to set that appointment after the call to action. Keep it nice and short and sweet, and then have a voicemail message. And we utilize this a lot for events, guys. I invite tons of people to events personally. We've done, direct to customer, past client for refis and lines of credit, open house calls, FISBOs, expired, distressed property, investors, business owners. Really, it goes on and on. So really helpful. Once you get the list of the initial, let's say you drop in 2,000 people and the call center runs it through the DNC, they're typically going to end up calling about 1,000 out of that list. Then you're going to get a report that tells you how everything went. That's when you can analyze the data and relaunch the calls. You can target the people that are still cold that may have gotten one call or voicemail from you, and then you can separate out your prospects and reach out to them directly or launch new campaigns directed specifically at those prospects. So yeah, I am not Jason. I am not personally calling these folks myself until they filter from that top of funnel and they're kind of middle funnel. Once I get the feedback from the call center that these folks are interested in what I have to say, that's when I make that contact. Because I mean, heck, I could sit down and call all 10,000 myself, but that's a lot of no's and getting hung up on. I want to spend my time calling the people that are likely to, really do business with me, right? So
Yeah.
that's the time savings in here. We're taking that top of funnel that Tim's supplying accurate, great data, and then we're funneling that down for you. So we're going to take that tofu and bring it to the middle funnel. And that's when we can launch new campaigns specifically at those folks to invite them to coffee meetings or in-person events or online meetings, or we can call them ourselves directly. I recommend both once you get to that tofu, or sorry, to that middle of funnel from the tofu. So I had a gentleman, for instance, this last week. He took about 1,000 leads. It ended up being about 600 after it was scrubbed through the DNC, and he got 11 appointments out of that call round. So he had a good script. He had good data and good script. So he nailed it right out of the gate. Yeah, it's not.
I would think at worst case scenario, the home valuation report, just get them on your email list. And then if you have HomeBot or something that's going to automatically reach out to them and send them an update, and then if they're engaging, clicking, reading, that's all you need. You need not 400 of those, you need 4,000 folks on your email list, and AngelAi can build your email list. And if there's a response mechanism that says they're shopping and looking now, wouldn't that be great to see as well? Yeah,
That's
inside
exactly it.
information.
That's exactly it. It's about completing the ecosystem, guys. So if you already have your social content, the beauty of it is now you can tag these people on social that are responding as well. And as they're getting these calls over the next 12 months from you, you're just building your brand for when the time is right. Some of them are going to be ready to act right now, depending on the lead. Some of them may need a little bit of nurturing. But here's why I like this system, because I've spent tons, thousands and thousands of dollars over the years, the 25 years I've been in the business, on buying leads. In this case, you're buying data, great data from Tim. And once you buy that data, you have the entire state potentially wrapped up, or certain zip codes. So you just buy the data one time and then we put it to action. So it's really ends up being a very low cost, high return process, if you will. So as Tim said, this isn't the only way to do it, but boy, it works really well if you're consistent and keep up the efforts. And then I'll tell you guys, I'm the chief client officer for Angel. I'm not here just to drop this on you guys and go away. Just consider me part of your team. I'm here to help you in any way that you need to get this up and running, keep it running, and see the results. And yeah, connect you with our call center manager, Ariana Garcia, so that hey, this is amazing tech, but there's also an amazing team behind that technology to support you guys.
I think there's good job, Lucas. I think there's still some questions coming in. So I want to share one last slide, which is this kind of the ROI on it. If in 6 months you went through 20,000 leads and you're spending $150 a month on a dialer, your conversations, you have 2,600 conversations, not including what AngelAi does for you. At a 1% conversion, that's 329 leads. And then at a 2% conversion off of the leads, which is very low. So it's 2% and 1%. You're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6. As time goes by, you get better at the process. Your skills are better. Your qualification is better. Your conversion is better. So the 3 listings a day, I don't want anybody disappointed. I want somebody who's on this webinar to come back in March and say, I got 3 listings in April. I got 4 in May. So let it grow and build over time, and give yourself the time that it takes to get good and build your process and your discipline. So at 8:30, my top agents at 8:30 are calling, and you can't talk to them until 11:30. I asked a multi-million-dollar producer, I said, how do you know if you had a good call session? And he said, if I complete it. And that's true, because you can't look at results in small increments. You go over 6 months, over a year, how's it going for us? So these are the links that I promised. So there's 4 things I want to share with you. AngelAi, of course, you have that in the chat with Lucas. The ROA lead store is there, the share group lead store. So if you're in ROA, use that one. This is the call tools dialer, which we'll send out as well. If you want to get a dialer, this is one. I don't care which one you use. This is one that I kind of like. It's pretty good. Also, we have a great friend of the business. His name is Bill Pipes. He's the #1 real estate coach in America based on number of individual coaching sessions and experience. And there are a lot of great coaches out there. He does 21 days of coaching for $1. So you can get into his ecosystem, listen to the daily huddles, see what it's all about, and find out if that's a coach that you should be working with, because we want everybody to have a successful coach. We're not coaches. We just know the best ones and we connect them. And I'd love to take any questions that might come up. If you want to turn on the mics or just put them in the chat, we'd be happy to help out. How about that? Yes, Kelly, you'll get a copy of it for sure. And when you say his contact, Kelly, we do not have a dialer. You can use any dialer you want, and we'll give you a link to one that's good called Call Tools.
So there's not a dialer, Kelly. Basically, you're taking those leads with your script and you put them in AngelAi, and then we have the call centers that you can use for free. That's basically the rundown.
100%. And if you're using a dialer, you're not getting voicemail, long rings, you're not getting busy, you're only getting live people. So it allows you to find the people you can have a conversation with a lot faster. You go from conversation to conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
One more Roa link in the chat, Drew.
Jason, that's a great question. It really does depend on which basically type of campaign you're doing. I find a really high success rate when I'm inviting them to connect with me for a physical event. And then I have a lot of meetings and calls around that event, if you will. So I always recommend events as a great pull through. Follow up boss is awesome. It allows you the one on one consent as well. This is not designed to replace follow up boss, guys. It's again, we're completing the ecosystem. If you're not doing the calls yourself, because let's face it, we've all picked up the phone and had to dial and faced, struggles, making sure we're consistent. This is just something where we can do those prospecting calls for you in the background, whether you're on a plane, whether you're in a meeting or at events or listing appointments. That prospecting is always going on every week. It's really cool. I'm fully relying on it because I'm always traveling, right? So there is no fee for conversion, guys. Yeah. This is our gift to the industry. What it's enabled us to do, quite frankly, is triple our business over at the bank. We also, guys, we have a $119 billion valuation for our company. So we've been able to put billions of dollars into our own private equity this last year. So we are flush with cash. We don't need a subscription from you guys. We just want you to take this and lift up as many people as you possibly can. That's what this is all about.
All right. So there's a question there. How quickly will you go through 10,000 leads? If we do 10,000 leads times 3 attempts, that's 30,000 dials divided by 500 a day. That would be 2 months. Actually, 60 working days. So 2 to 3 months worth of leads. The other cool thing that I didn't talk about is when you download leads, you don't download 10,000. You download 2 or 3,000, the ones that are going to go into an active campaign right now. Because once you download the leads, they're no longer getting updated and you need to work those immediately. The way that we built our store, you can come back in and grab the next allocation of leads, the next 1, 2, 3, or 4,000. And we know which ones you have. We'll always give you new leads that you haven't received before. You download those and you start your next campaign. You can also do multiple campaigns at the same time in AngelAi. So you can have an open house, you can have a downsizer, you can have an absentee campaign running simultaneously, and you will record your own voicemail. So if there's a no answer and we're going to leave a voicemail, it's going to be your voice left on that seller's phone.
I think that's a huge point because I've definitely experienced like just paying a monthly fee and getting leads that the distributor just says, here, take all this. And the quality is iffy. With Share Group and with Tim and his team, that wallet enables you to really control the flow of leads. And as I mentioned, once you buy that quality data, you own it and you can use it every week for the next 2 years. It's really great. The email is coming from your domain, Kelly. You do need to get a SendGrid account to be able to send emails through the system because that does stop the Google and Yahoo spam blocking that became really prevalent about a year and a half ago. SendGrid is the cheapest, most effective solution we could find for the emails. So, but yeah, get with me personally if I can help with the launch. It's super easy. The bad leads, basically, they're just scrubbed out. I mean, the report will tell you, hey, these were no good. These were wrong numbers. These folks were not interested. Here's your people that we tried to contact and left a message, and here's your prospects, right? So it's going to disposition them very clearly on what the action was. Great.
I have a couple of questions. So Stacy said the data that's being purchased monthly, will agents overlap? And yeah, the answer is yes. We don't own any phone numbers that are exclusive to us. So we just happen to have the best ones for the people who own homes in America. So anybody who would say that this is only your lead is to say that I'm the only person who has Lucas's cell phone or home phone, which is just not true. what we do is we assemble that data so it's easy to consume, represents the best sellers, and allows you to be really effective with your time. But anybody could call anybody in America pretty much from multiple data sources.
Yeah, I promise you, not much overlap. I've seen what's going on right now out there in the field, and there isn't a lot of people doing the same thing in the same place. You can really differentiate yourself, reaching out and touching these folks directly and just making them aware that you're the local expert. And then inviting them somewhere cool. Like, hey, I'm going to be over at this event this week. I'm going to be at a dog adoption. I'm going to be at this car show, whatever it is, community event. Or if it's something really related to your business, you guys are having something at the office or at a venue where you're inviting customers for appreciation or open house. Builder events are great. With Angel AI, we use a lot of builder models for Instagram moments and, all that kind of thing. So if you have ideas, just throw them out at me. Send me an email, send me a call, and I'm happy to help with scripting and some of the direction that we do take these in. Just to make it easy for you guys. We don't want you to spend a whole lot of time on this.
Awesome. I think the questions have slowed down. Maybe this is a good time to wrap up. Lukas, we appreciate your partnership so much. Thank you for all your support. We're excited to work with the ROA and everybody else. Lukas, they want to see your email one more time.
Sure. Let me send my email and my cell number for you guys. And, we love ROA. We love all you guys on the call. We're just here to try to give you the most powerful tools we can without having to ask to take out of your pocket. So I love my job. I get paid really well just to share this life I'm living with you guys. So
great message.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for joining. We're excited to work with you. Create an account with us today, and we'd love to have a one-on-one and talk about specifically how we can get you started and get those 3 listings starting no later than March. All right. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great day. See ya.
Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye, Maria.